Welcome back to the Colorado Avalanche GM mode here in NHL 16. This is going to be episode 24 of the series, and in episode 24, it is going to be Game 1, the start of the second round of the playoffs. Here, our Avalanche will be taking on the Minnesota Wild as they beat the St. Louis Blues in the first round, while the Wild beat the Nashville Predators 4-2 to move on to face us. And the winner of our series will be taking on the winner of Edmonton and Winnipeg. Edmonton beat Calgary. They swept them 4-0, and then Winnipeg beat San Jose, who was the top team in the West. So the 8th seed Winnipeg moves on in a surprise victory as they beat Sharks 4-1 in the first round. In the Eastern Conference, it is the Washington Capitals and Carolina Hurricanes, and the Detroit Red Wings and the New York Islanders. As Carolina beat Philadelphia 4-3, Washington beat Pittsburgh 4-2, Detroit swept the Lightning, and the Islanders beat Ottawa 4-1. As far as how the Minnesota Wild got here in the regular season, they were led by a couple guys, most notably Coyle and Parise, as Coyle led the team in assists with 52. He had 14 goals as well, with 66 total points in 78 games. Parise was their leading goal scorer with 30 on the year, 33 assists as well, 63 points in 80 games, and Vanek was their second leading goal scorer with 27 goals, 29 assists, 56 points in 82 games, and then Granlund also had a pretty good assist season with 50 assists, 10 goals, 60 points in 82 games for the Wild. In the playoffs so far, they've been led by Granlund, Vanek, and Parise, who are all point-per-game players. They all have 6 points in 6 games. All have gotten them different ways, however, as Granlund with 2 goals and 4 assists, Vanek has 1 goal and 5 assists, and Parise is mainly the goal scorer with 5 goals and 1 assist. Like I said, all those in 6 games played with 6 points. While our Avalanche, on the other hand, are led by 2 guys mainly, and Matt Duchene, who has 7 goals and 1 assist and 8 points in 6 games, so he is more than a point-per-game player, and Nathan MacKinnon, who is 3 goals, 2 assists, and 5 points in 6 games. Those are the 2 guys mainly leading our team. So now let's hop into this game. Game 1 of the second round against the Minnesota Wild. Here we are in the state of hockey, Minnesota, St. Paul, Minnesota to be exact, as our Avalanche are taking on the Minnesota Wild. Devin Dubnyk in between the pipes for the Wild, 4-2 with a 3.17 goals against and a .888 save percentage in the playoffs. Malcolm Subban in the pipes for us. He's 4-2 with a 1.97 goals against and a .928 save percentage. So start things off here in a rush from the Wild as Palmerville comes in the middle. Nice poke check there as Subban makes the save as well. Duchene going the other way now for the Avalanche. He crosses to the middle, takes a shot, tries to go top shelf, but a nice save by Dubnyk. So here's an opening face-off here at the right circle. Hedman's shot goes wide, ricochets around to the corner, picked up by Johnson. He's roughed up, gets it right back, takes a shot, saved but taken behind the net. Cross crease, shot scores! Connor Bleakley makes it a 1-0 Avalanche lead as the Avalanche strike first in the game 1. 10:56 left in the first as Bleakley, assisted by Nemestikov and Johnson, makes it 1-0. 8 minutes left now in the first. Here comes Nemestikov down the wing, cuts to the middle, puts on a move, shot goes wide. Nothing going there for the Avalanche. Here's another rush. Bleakley up to Bodker. He's got a 1-on-2, takes a shot, saved by the pad. 19 seconds left in the first here. Wild on the power play. They win the faceoff and just passing it all around in the Avalanche zone. Here's going to be a one-timer attempt. Shot saved. Rebound. One-timer saved as well. Subban picks it up, throws it away from everybody, and somehow survives that first period. So at the end of one period, it'll be 1 Avalanche, 0 Minnesota. Let's pick things up here in the second. Opening faceoff, Wild obviously still on the power play. Over to Johnson, Nemestikov up the wing. He takes it behind the net, circles around the net, comes out, cross crease, Scott scored! Connor Bleakley with his second goal of the game for the Avalanche. Second goal of the game for Connor Bleakley. His first season with the Avalanche, and now he's producing in the playoffs. Assisted by Nemestikov yet again, and Johnson yet again. 18:20 left in the second now. Wild still on the power play. Here comes Bleakley, trying to make it a hot trick, but he can't quite get it. So here's another curl around, pass back, shot saved by the blocker. Picked up behind the net by the Avalanche. Pass back to D. Hedman over to Johnson. Slap shot out in front. MacKinnon backhand. It gets past the goalie. It's into the net. That's a goal for the Avalanche. 3-0 Colorado lead now as Nathan MacKinnon scores on the backhand rebound. With 14:18 left in the second, assisted by Johnson, has his third assist on the day, and Victor Hedman. So now a face-off win here for the Avalanche. They're coming down. Shot saved by Dubnyk. Ricochets to the corner. Nice hit there. Nice forecheck from the Avalanche. They get it back. Zadorov over to Gormley. Slap shot. Goes in the net. Scores. Brandon Gormley makes it a 4-0 lead for the Avalanche with 13:25 left. As Brandon Gormley, assisted by Zadorov and Bork. So Avalanche on the power play here. 3 minutes left in the power play. As Johnson has it, slap shot, as that's going to be in the net, but at first the ref raves it off, but he decides to change that on the review, as Bodker gets credit for the goal on the Johnson slap shot that he assisted on. So that's 4 assists on the day for Johnson. It's a 5-0 Avalanche lead. 7 minutes left in the second now. Here come the Avalanche yet again. A little bit of roughed up, but on a forecheck, they get it right back. Nemestikov behind the net, takes it around, cross crease, scores! Nemestikov with another assist on the day. His third, he's assisted every Bleakley goal, as it's a 6-0 Avalanche lead. 3 goals, hat-trick for Bleakley on the road in Game 1 of the Game 1 of the second round against the Wild. 6-0 Avalanche at the end of 2, as we pick things up here in the third. Very end of the third period, 1:27 left. A nice poke check there by Hemsky. He's got himself a breakaway, and he's trying to score, but he's stoned by, I believe that's Cooper, who they put in for Dubnyk after they pulled him after he's let in, I think they pulled him after he let in 4. But that's going to wrap things up here for this game as our Avalanche come with the victory over the Minnesota Wild by a score of 6-0, and they take a 1-0 series lead here in round 2 of the playoffs. With that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of the Colorado Avalanche GM Mode. I've been your host, Jerseyborn, and I'm saying goodbye.
You could see that Pierre did truly love the mademoiselle. And now the young monsieur and madame have rung the chapel bell. C'est la vie, say the old folks. It goes to show you never